everyone, are you ready for another adventure? It's me, Woki, and I'm back with another Fake Grand Order video, and today's video, we're going to be talking about the upcoming support campaigns, which I totally forgot were coming up, because I was waiting for Evocation Festival to start, and then when this got announced, I said, oh yeah, that's right, this does happen before Evocation Festival. So let's talk about the Story Clear Support Campaign Part 3, Ordeal New Call Duties Unlocked Part 3, and then take a look at the banner that's going to be coming along with it. So, to start, the Story Clear Support Campaign, the third one. To read the summary, we are holding a variety of campaigns to support new masters and masters who are working through the main story. Take advantage of this campaign to progress through the main story. While this campaign is intended to help new masters and masters who are progressing through part 1 of the story, all masters are eligible for this campaign. Goes without saying, I guess. It starts on the 21st, and it goes on until October 5th. So some of the campaigns inside of it first is a special accrued login bonus, which is login 5 times, counted once per day, during the period below to receive 3 leyline stones, 2,000 friend points, 20 mana prisms, 10 5 EXP, and 3 million QP. The login bonus period is the 21st up until October 5th. Eligibility, all masters will be eligible, but you have to have at least cleared Fuyuki, Section 3, Node 1. You will not receive the rewards if you do not log in during the specified period. Shoutouts to that guy who most recently left a comment saying, like, I missed out on the 4-star ticket because I literally just came back and it's already gone. I felt the oomph. The oomph I said to myself was pretty bad. It's unfortunate when you're just that late to it, but yeah, just remember to log back in when you can. The way it goes down, on day 1, it's the leyline stones. On day 2, it's the friend points. On day 3, it's the mana prism. On day 4, it's the 5 EXP. On day 5, it's the QP. Up to 5 login bonuses are available, but depending on when you became eligible, you may not be able to receive all the rewards. They're basically saying, hey, if you start this on October the 4th, you're not getting everything, because obviously it only lasts until the 5th, so therefore you'd get the leyline stone, and I think the friend points, and then that's basically it. The continue item, the leyline stone, returns a limited time. Everyone's favorite. I'm not spending St. Quartz to revive this fight. The leyline stones are going to come back. Very helpful if you're going through the story, or you just simply can't be bothered to be perfect with it, which is what I use them for. There's a specific fight in Lost Belt 6 where I popped at least, I think, 3 to 4 of them. If you've played through Lost Belt 6, you know the boss I'm talking about. Leyline stones can only be used once, can only be used for a limited time, and the leyline stones that go unused will simply just disappear from it, so make sure to use them in the time that you have, and if you're already caught up with the story, then it doesn't really matter. You should get some from login. Upon first login, you'll get 3, I believe. And then leyline stones will also be added to the exchange mana prism in the Da Vinci Workshop, limited time. You can get 10 of them for 10 mana prisms. Also, to make note here, the eligibility of these leyline stones, they can be used in main story, including the pseudo-singularities, but you can't use them in limited time events or the main interludes. So basically all of Part 1 and Part 2, and then Epic of Remnants 1 through 4, Chapter 5.5, Chapter 6.5, Ordeal Call, Paper Moon, basically. And the leyline usage goes from the 21st to October 12th. Next, submissions are going to be added to the Master Missions. Completing all the missions will give you 3 Eternal Gears, 3 Void Dust, 3 Great Night Medals, 5 St. Quartz, 10 5 EXP, and 3 Stargazer's Teapots. The mission period is from the 21st till October the 5th, and then the rewards claimability is until October 11th. Basically, if you complete a mission and you don't pick up the thing that gets it from, you have until the 11th, and if you don't pick it up in that time, then they just go away forever. I don't know why you wouldn't just immediately claim the rewards unless you just didn't have space for it, but I guess keep that in mind. And the Stargazers go on from the 21st to October 12th, so 1 day more than when the rewards claimability is. The missions that are going to be added are complete a free quest 3 times in the 4th singularity, that'll give you the internal gears. Complete free quest 3 times in the 5th singularity, that'll give you void dust. Complete free quest 3 times in the 6th singularity, that's the great knight metal. Complete the 7th singularity, that's 3 St. Quartz. Level up 3 servants to level 50, that is the 10 5 EXP. Complete 1 main quest progress node in part 1, part 2, or Ordeal call through Ordeal call 1, that gives you a Stargazer's Teapot. Complete 2 of them, that's another Stargazer's Teapot. Complete 3 of them, another Teapot. Complete 4 main quest progress nodes, that's a St. Quartz. Complete 5, it's another St. Quartz. And those are all the missions. Very simple stuff indeed. And the last thing on here is QP costs. When performing servant enhancements, limited time. During the period below, QP costs will be halved for a limited time. When performing servant enhancement for all servants, don't miss out on the chance to strengthen your servants. The campaign period goes from the 21st till October 5th. And then the note that they have here, which is always a funny note that they have to include. Please note that servant skill enhancement, ascension, servant evolution, bond level limit release, command code engraving, command card enhancement, a pen skill enhancement, servant noble phantasm enhancement, polygenesis, unlock wardrobe, and class score will not be eligible for this campaign. So they're like, damn, what can I do? Just enhance. That's it. Everything else, don't fucking come to us about it. It's very funny. Probably good thing to note there, obviously, to be as forthcoming as you can, but it still is kind of funny to read out and see all that and be like, damn, they really just don't want you doing nothing here, man. And next, we will talk about the New Duties Unlocked Part 3, which is similar to the New Duties Unlocked Part 2, which is to commemorate the new Ordeal Call duties. There's going to have a little special campaigns tied to it. The period for this one is the 21st until October 12th. New free quests are going to be added, and a high difficulty quests are going to be added to the Bleached Earth. So if you've caught up to the Bleached Earth, enjoy those. I read most recently that if you've caught up on everything, you're actually able to fully, and you've done all the fights possible, it's actually possible for you to finish a class score if you've been dedicated to one exact class, which is making me want to actually finish the missions. I haven't actually finished all the missions just because I've been lazy, but now it's making me want to just so I can get a max score Quetzalcoatl finally. And then the other writers benefit too. And if you don't know how to get the Bleached Earth, you have to clear Prologue Ordeal Call 0, and I would suggest getting there as fast as you can. You don't even need to beat Trom to do it. You just need to get there as quickly as possible. Just Lost Belt 7. Extra missions awarded, the Torch of Nova and the Torch of the Morning Star. These are going to be added as new claimable missions, and they're going to be permanent, and they'll be added on the 21st. They're very similar to the last ones you got, which are going to be based around Final Ascension and Bond level. So now it's been raised to, if you get 205 servants to Final Ascension, you'll get some Starlight. If you get, and then 5 more, another 100 Starlight, and then 5 more, you get a Torch of Nova. 5 more, you get another set of Starlights. 5 more, you get another set of Starlight Sand, and then another 5 will give you Torch of the Morning Star, so up to 230. So when you have 230 units of Final Ascension, you'll get all this. And if you've already completed this, then these are automatically awarded to you. You don't have to do much. You don't have to worry about it. And then for Bond level 6, if you have 55 of them, it's again 100 sand. If you get 60 of them, Torch of Nova. If you got 65 of them, sand again, 100 sand again. And if you've reached 70 to Bond 6, you'll get a Torch of the Morning Star. Very cool. I don't know if I have 70. I'm pretty sure I have a lot of them. I have to double check. I have all my units minimum Bond 5, and I've had them like that for a while, so I would not be too shocked to learn that I have Bond 6 already. But anyway, new duties missions are going to be added. If you complete all these missions, you will get a total of 6 St. Quartz, 25 5-star EXP, the 10 Stargazer's Teapots, and 100, my bad, not 10, Sand of Starlight. And the mission period for this is the 21st until October 5th, with it being claimable up until October 12th. And the Stargazer's Teapots last until October 12th. The way these missions go down is that if you challenge any high difficulty quest on the Bleached Earth one time, then you'll get a St. Quartz, 5 EXP, 2 Stargazer's Teapots, and 10 Sand of Starlights. And then the next mission is clear a free quest on the Bleach Turf one time, and it's the exact same set of rewards. And then it's clear 3, same set of rewards. Clear 6 free quests, it's the same set of rewards. And the final mission is clear 9 on the Bleach Turf, and that will give you 2 Sand Quartz, so 1 Sand Quartz more, the 5 EXP, the 2 Stargazers teapots, and the 50 Sands of Starlight to finish off what you need to get the full total here. Also, a nice added note here is that you don't actually have to beat the high difficulty quest. All they ask you to do is to participate, so if you show up and then immediately withdraw, they consider that valid, and then you'll just move on from that point on. And yeah, let's go on. Main quest AP costs 1/4 through part 2 chapter 7, so up until Lost Belt 7 you'll be able to get 1/4 AP costs. The campaign period is the 21st to October 12th. The things that are eligible are Part 1, which is Singularity F through the final Singularity, Part 2, which is Chapter 1 through Chapter 7, but please note that Main Quest Part 2, Chapter 5.5 and 6.5, which are Heinkyo and Trom, not eligible. Pseudo Singularities 1 through 4, the Epic of Remnants, not eligible. Main Interludes, not eligible. As AP costs for Main Quest through Part 2, Chapter 7 have been permanently halved, they will return to 1/2 cost following the end of this campaign. Someone a long time ago asked me, hey, damn, is there ever a... Does Trom ever get any form of AP cost down? Because I feel like you mentioned in every single one of these videos where I say AP cost down except for Trom. Trom never got one, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think Trom ever gets one, ever, in the history of AP costs. I tried to look ahead on JP to see if did Trom ever get like some form of it. No, it's usually always excluded, so now I'm always keeping a clear eye to see if Trom is ever on here. It is really funny to be like, hey, part two, all your main quests, you get 1/4 AP, but not these that are a part of part 2, the 0.5ers. It makes no sense to me, but you know, FGO. And then also the leyline stones return, as you know. It's the exact same thing that I already explained in the other one, down to how many login leyline stones you get, which are just 3, and the ability to buy a stack of 10 and for 10 mana prisms. Same thing as always. And then the last thing we have on the news here is the pickup summons, which I'll talk about right here. Here's the pickup summon. So the Ordeal Call New Duties Unlocked Part 3 pickup summon. It's a banner that features 5 servants, 2 limited across 2 pickup banners, one focused around Lost Belt 2 and the other one Lost Belt 3, with the Lost Belt 2 banner having the Lost Belt 2 CE and the Lost Belt 3 one having the Lost Belt 3 one. These are typically story locked, only really available in story banner. You get 1 copy after you finish Lost Belt 2, but if you are someone who is dedicated to max limit breaking every CE, which sounds like a crazy thing to be, but trust me, I know they exist somewhere out there. There's a 1% of the larger community that you just don't understand, but they exist somewhere. So this is your chance to get them if you've been looking for that. But for the most part, no one's really doing that. But if you exist, just know I acknowledge your existence. The banner breakdown, the units are Sigurd, who is the 2 limiteds are Sigurd and Shihuandi. The story summon servants are Yume Ren and the assassin version and Red Hair, and the permanent unit is Valkyrie. And the breakdown looks like this. On the 21st, we get Sigurd and Valkyrie, and then on the 23rd, we get Shihuandi, Yume Ren, and Red Hair. And yeah, now I'll go over here because now I'm going to talk about Sigurd, because he's the one that's coming up first. Valkyrie, I won't talk about, but just because she's a widely available unit, but I guess I'll very quickly just kind of say what she does. She is an AoE quick unit for Lancer. Back when she released, she was a fantastic unit, and I believe nowadays she's just kind of old and needs a little bit of a help, just because that's how power creep functions. I think if you want to use her as a AoE quick unit, she'll do fine if you have her at high NP copies. Like, I think mine's NP5 and I do pretty okay whenever I use her. It's just that for the most part, I just don't end up using them that much these days. Especially with some of the weirder nodes out there. I don't think they have anything that makes them super stand out as far as I'm aware. But yeah, that's Valkyrie. Still very cool. I also love the Valkyries in terms of a unit, but there being a summer version of the Valkyries also kind of makes it a little bit tough. But I guess in the summer Valkyrie, you only really get 2 of them. So if you wanted all 3 of them, that's still pretty valid. I don't want to be too mean on Valkyrie because I actually do like Valkyrie, but you know, in terms of the unit, if you get them, be happy. Otherwise, I don't think there's a reason to chase them unless you are specifically trying to get level 120, in which case I wish you the best of luck, and this is your best chance to do that then. And this is true probably for all these units. Sigurd, he is a limited unit. He is a saber. He is also the King of Warriors, such a funny name. He has 1 quick, 2 arts, 2 buster. His first skill is the Primeval Rune, which is a Warrior B. Increases his own critical damage for 3 attacks, 3 turns. At level 10, it's 100%, and it's on a cooldown of 5. His second skill is Dragonkind Modification EX. This is after a strengthening. Increases his own buster performance for 3 times, 3 turns. Grants self-gut status for 1 time, 3 turns. The buster increase is 50%, and this is on a cooldown of 6. His third skill is the Crystallized Wisdom A. Increases one ally's critical star generation rate for 1 turn. Grants them debuff immunity for 1 turn, and the star rate is 100%, and this is on a cooldown of 5. His passive skills are Magic Resistance A, Writing A, Divinity B. His third skill is an Anti-Saber Attack Damage Aptitude. His Noble Phantasm is the... oh my god. Give me a sec. So the Heaven's Wheel of Destruction, a rank A+, Anti-Fortress, hits 7 times, Buster, deals damage to one enemy, reduces their NP by 1. At MP level 1, it's 800%, and if you get them all the way to MP level 5, it's 1,200. And then it deals extra damage to dragons, which is charge level 1, it's 150%, and if you get them all the way to the final charge level, it's 200%. And he also has an ascension that has been the only pair of clothes he's had since summer, which is the Memories with My Lover, which is a fine summer outfit, but as someone who was a fan of the look that he has here, it is a little bit... he only looks like this nowadays. He showed up in the most recent Wajina event still rocking the fit. I need you to please leave the fit behind. Go back to your armor. Siegfried has a summer outfit and he returns to his armor. Why are you never in it? He's always next to his wife, the forever wife guy. And his Bond CE is the True Congealed Wisdom. When it's equipped to Sigurd, it increases party's buster performance by 10%, and then increases their party's crit damage by 15% while he's on the field, and that is Sigurd. So, how is Sigurd? He's okay, from what I can tell. This is going to be a bit of a problem because I think he ended up being, after his buffs, he ends up being perfectly fine if you're looking for someone who's going to attack a dragon. And if that's what you're looking for, I think he probably does pretty fine. He does a lot of damage on a single target hit to a dragon, which is pretty nice. There's plenty of dudes out there who have the dragon trait, so you'll be able to do a whole bunch of them. You can use him with Georgios, who is, of course, can turn anyone into a dragon to take advantage of the fact that anything can become a dragon. He can reduce their NP gauge, so if you're in some kind of long, drawn-out battle, it's kind of nice to have a unit that can reduce NP gauge, just because it buys you time to potentially get some of your other stuff up and running. In the case of Sigurd, because he is Buster, that would be able to get to Merlin's shield up again, which is pretty nice. The thing that I've never personally... oh, and another thing that's actually good is the ability to give an ally debuff immunity for 1 turn. Even if it only lasts for 1 turn, it's still kind of nice to be able to just give anyone debuff immunity. If you could somehow focus in on someone and know that they're going to get debuffed, you can just give them this and make sure that the debuff does not apply to them. The thing that I've personally never really liked about Sigurd is this thing right here, which is increase own critical damage for 3 attacks over 3 turns. 100% crit damage is really nice, but the fact that you have to hit with 3 attacks and then that's it is kind of, it's a little sucky. The increasing of buster performance for 3 times over 3 turns is, I mean, compared to where he was previously, which was this used to be a single turn thing, it's now better than that, but this still only lasts 1 turn. If you use all 3 buster cards, which is a double phantasm and then the 2 additional busters, and then you use it with the first skill, it's probably what you want out of him, though, is the perfect set rate is to be able to use all 3 buster cards with first skill active, second skill active, and do maximum amount of damage on that one turn. I just don't know if it happens all that often. So that means there will be times where you'll have no choice but to go quick arts for his 3 cards. And then he'll get increased crit damage on him, but it's not ideal is the thing. So I don't know. I think he ends up probably being an alright unit. I don't want to be too harsh on him just because like I said, I do like his style. I do love his look. He is a unit that I've always felt kind of bad. Like, because when he first originally released, if you've been watching since the beginning, I knew from the start that he was not the greatest units in the world, but I still summoned for him because I thought he was really cool. His voice actor is the same as Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! Just look at him. Just pure coolness. And then when you look at him in terms of the story, yeah, even though he's mostly just the wife guy, I still kind of enjoy him when he shows up. I wish he got to do additional cool things from time to time, but, you know, the story of Sigurd is a classic one for sure. So, yeah, he ends up falling into this weird thing of, like, I think he's probably okay if you are looking for a Dragon Slayer of this specific kind. I think for the most part, I'm good. Like I said, I already have someone else to satiate my dragon needs, whether it's an AoE or single target, so I don't really have the need for Sigurd. I don't need a single target Saber for Buster, and if I did need one, I probably would not get him personally, but that just might be a personal me thing. If you're more of a fan of Sigurd and you like his design, like, I really do think, like, he could probably use another buff. If you got, like, one more buff to the first skill, probably, to make it so that he has a little bit more fallback, besides just maybe, like, an additional bust into his own attack, but maybe, you know, maybe I'm overstepping my bounds. Maybe if you did that, it turns out Sigurd becomes too good. Let me know. Let me know how you feel about him, but that's how I'm currently feeling about him. But that's the banner for the most part. These are some pretty niche units for the most part, but if you are in need of them, it's nice to have them on Raid Up. The same is true for the Shihon-D, Concert U, and Red Hair banners. Because they're story locked, they're all kind of a pain in the ass to get. Concert U and Red Hair, that is. So if you were someone super hyper dedicated enough that you wanted to get them a level 120 for whatever reason, big fan of Lost Belt 3, I guess, and big fan of Concert U, and you're like, you know what, it's not enough to have the swimsuit version that's actually really good and solid and anti-man. I need to get the assassin one, the original one that released, to be the most strongest. I guess this is your chance to do so. But for the most part, if you're a brand new player walking into the game and you ask me, hey, should I summon on this? My gut reaction would be like, not really. Only if you super like the characters, and even then, you should walk into it knowing that some of these characters maybe aren't the most flashiest in the world. Sigurd has at least been buffed a decent amount to where he's not where he used to be. It used to be in the past, I would just straight up say, just ignore him. Just because it's not worth the pain dealing with him, but the tiny boost is enough to make me go like, okay, well, if you're fighting a dragon, he is very nice to kind of just have as like a challenge quest type unit or maybe something like that. Even if I probably personally would not use him, it doesn't mean that there's people out there who would. But yeah, that's how I feel about the banner. Feel free to let me know if you feel differently. And that's it for today's video, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a little bit slow lately, but it's mainly because FGO has been slow. And I've also just been working a whole bunch. It should ramp up, though, in October, just because October is my main season. It is Halloween time, and I'm always having a fun time there. But thank you very much for watching. As always, if you want to show support for the channel, you can leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you so choose to. And I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever it may be. Until next time, peace out, and bye-bye.